Hello, everyone. My name is George Diaz, president and founder of Larry Jacob Internet Marketing and an Infusionsoft certified consultant. I'm bringing you another episode of How Do We Define Infusionsoft Success? And this week I've got Tim Smith from WP Fuse as my guest. Did I get the company name right, Tim?
No.
No?
From Fusiomatic.
Fusiomatic. I am so sorry.
That's okay.
But, Tim
There's
is...
quite a few fuses out there.
Yeah. I didn't write it down. I should have. One of the reasons, I met Tim and his wife at PartnerCon. We were at the lobby of the hotel. We just happened to be registering at the same time the first evening of PartnerCon in November. And we just kind of hit it off talking. Ends up his wife has got a Cuban background like I have. And so that's kind of what stuck in my mind. And we promised each other we'd talk again, and we never did. Until Icon about 3 weeks ago. Because here's his wife, and I'm kind of going, gosh, she looks so familiar. And she's handing out brochures, trying to get people to their booth. And I go, oh, you're the lady that we met at PartnerCon. And that's how I found out about their solution, which is, and gosh, what's the name of the product? I know it's basically a way of displaying all the invoices, right?
Yeah, FortiPay.
FortiPay. FortiPay. And I go, I've heard of FortiPay. I kind of knew what it was, but never spent enough time figuring it out. And I walked over to the booth, and now I'm a fan. I go, I need one of these for me, and I have customers all the time in the membership sites we build that need it. So I thought I'd bring on Tim, just have him explain to us a little bit more about it. And Tim, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so Tim Smith. I've been involved with Infusionsoft in one form or another since late 2007. Basically 2008 we came on board. And so back in the war trenches days before a campaign builder, and been a lot of growth and evolution since then. Started consulting and kind of in the app development space. We do some custom integrations with Infusionsoft and have kind of fit with it and fell into a few apps that we now provide as solutions, kind of add-ons for Infusionsoft, and still have a consulting business that's alive and well and thriving as well. So that's us. We do quite a bit of work in the fitness salon, studio type space, but kind of customers of all types. Our FortiPay product in particular works. We work with a lot of service industry type folks. The Toronto Painter. The Icon last year, for example, is one of our customers. Yeah, and it's great profile. Any kind of business that doesn't have maybe an industry solution type invoicing system they're using. I kind of bring out like attorneys. They have their billable hours and their things that manage that process. But for the rest of businesses that are usually generally using QuickBooks or some other type of solution, FortiPay fits in well to be able to use Infusionsoft to do all the invoicing out of Infusionsoft.
So let's look at, and actually I wanted to kind of go back. So here you are. I'm sure one day you didn't say, hey, why don't we build an invoicing system because one is needed in the field. You probably ran into it somehow, right?
Well, yeah, the idea of this thing conceptualized way back when we were using Infusionsoft in our consulting business. And one of the problems we ran into was we're experts at Infusionsoft. Let's try and use Infusionsoft in all aspects of our business.
Right.
And this was a big hole, and we couldn't, we would send out invoices and they would, we couldn't use a shopping cart where we bill everybody the same. We'd have different billable hours for client A than we did for client B. And so we had this invoicing, and we were looking at, do we do QuickBooks? Let's try and do Infusionsoft because we're Infusionsoft pros here.
Right, and I guess it's a lot. Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't realize this, but for example, I do bill with Infusionsoft, and what I do is I have to create an order form for each specific client, make sure that the amount is set to what they owe me, and then I fire them off a specific link, right? That's pretty much state of the art.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that gets a little draining after a while, right?
Right. Well, and now, even right now, they've updated the system so that now you can convert quotes with invoices and then have that being paid. But it's still, it's pretty work intensive to get it to get it working.
Right.
So that's the problem, right?
Right. And we had some intermediate solution for a while. It was one solution some folks have used is create like an order form that is kind of a blank order form, and you send them over and you get their credit card information, then you update it and charge it in Infusionsoft. But ultimately, this was a problem for us, but we didn't take enough initiative to go create it for ourselves. It was one of those things where it's like, well, we're serving clients, we're doing these other things. Do we want to spend and invest all this to build this out? And it was kind of like, no, we'll deal with our little hack that we have together.
No, I mean,
right?
the ROI just isn't worth it. We'll just put in a little bit more admin work and figure it out.
We finally had one of our customers or clients approach us with this problem and said, I'm doing a lot of invoicing. I'd love to use Infusionsoft for this, but I can't get, it just doesn't make sense. And we're like, yeah, we know. We'd love to build something with you. And it kind of started out as a project. We kind of joint venture. We built it specifically for this customer initially, but we added a lot of things that we kind of wanted into it, and then we turned it very quickly into a product. I didn't know if there was a huge market for it, but we kind of figured we're going to use it, and we know of a few other people that are going to use it, and sure enough, we launched it kind of officially for Battle of the Apps last year. We were one of the contenders finalists.
So 14 or 15 last year.
15, yeah. This would be 15. I think we launched at the end of 14, and we ended up getting runner-up last year in the Battle of the Apps. So there was quite a few other people that were interested in this, and it's we continue to add features and kind of round it out to fit more needs. One of our challenges that we kind of deal with and you deal with this in any kind of product or software, is trying to find the magic fit between too many features, doing too many things, and then keeping it simple enough to its core. It does really well at its core right now, and we're kind of careful in how far we take it and what kind of other features we did just roll out.
Now, my questions are going to be a little biased because we build a lot of membership sites, and there's certain features that I immediately said, oh, this is a solution for this. So we have pages on the sites where we're using Membarium shortcodes, and iMember 360 has shortcodes for this, where we want to come up and just show people, hey, here's a list of all your invoices for the last X amount of time, right? So you guys have that feature in there, right?
Yeah, and by default, just think of it as a little mini billing portal for your customers. It'll show all their invoice history, any outstanding or unpaid invoices. You can update subscriptions. They can update their credit cards that expire that way. Some of the really cool things that we've added on that you just don't have the ability to do, I don't know anywhere else, quite honestly, right now.
So I could even cancel. So I could even cancel a subscription, right? That would set it to inactive, I guess.
Right. Yeah, and that's one of the capabilities we built out, was to be able to manage subscriptions to some level. So if you have different, like a gold, silver, platinum level, you can allow people to change subscriptions. You can allow them to cancel subscriptions, and that's really up to your discretion. You can allow them to not make any changes to their subscriptions. So
and so that would also enable me to trigger campaigns when they do that.
Yeah, you can trigger any action. We call them triggers, right? You can run campaign goals, add tags, do whatever you want to do based on them changing subscriptions of some sort. Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, it's interesting. I run into all these folks, the last episode had the guy, they were actually in a booth right next to you guys. They had Thinking Chat, where you could put like a little virtual assistant with artificial intelligence driven, so that you can actually, ask people, hey, can I help you? Just like you would with a personalized chat. And so here's something that, they were using for themselves, and it's just really interesting how there are these little niches, these gaps in Infusionsoft function that someone jumps in and fills, and I think that's a really cool one. Now, can you embed For-to-Pay inside of a page if you wanted to?
So because of we're dealing with credit cards and the sensitive nature of the data there, people updating their cards, we have to be real careful with security and certificates. So it runs. You can you have your own little domain, if you will, that you can customize. We have a kind of an up level, an upsell, upgraded version to FortiPay. We don't promote a lot, but if you want to custom domain it, you can actually do that. There's some a little more involved setup on.
But I mean, otherwise it would be like, I don't know, like in my case, LarryJacob.fortipay.com or something like that, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so I would probably just pop up a new page, and then you would have a portal that's for my site.
Yeah, and it has your logo. There's customization. How fancy you are, you can change all kinds of color schemes and the menus and things like that. It is simple, but it's meant to be. But it can have your look and feel to it, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Now, just as a matter of fact, I'm sitting there at the booth, and I don't know. I just hear you talking to someone else about your referral partner tool.
Yeah. Let me tell you about that. Let me tell you one more feature about FortiPay that I think
finish up.
Stands out. That really fills a hole, and that's our notifications or invoice reminders. And so in Infusionsoft, there's no ability to send out as a part of a campaign. There's no way to clue in and say there's an outstanding invoice here that's been unpaid for 20 days. Send them a follow-up email. You can't do that, right? There's just not a way to design that. And so we have an engine that basically goes in and you can set up these reminders, and so you can say, hey, I want them to get a notice of their invoice if there's an outstanding balance, and I want to follow that up in a week if they haven't paid with another reminder, and maybe in two weeks after that we need to get a little more aggressive, or we need to kick off a call or a task for someone to follow up and call with a phone call to say, hey, your bill's not paid. So you can build automation around your invoicing.
So this is like billing automation. This is like the billing automation feature, but really enhanced.
Yeah, exactly. And then the triggers are follow based on, is the invoice paid or not, instead of just is it created or is there an expired card. So there's quite a bit more that you can do with that.
And by the way, this is an area of Infusionsoft that can really get hairy because it'll create an invoice every single time, no matter what. I mean, I'm sure you've run into that, right?
Yeah. So yeah, that's an interesting feature with the automation that you can do there. But yeah, that's FortiPay. You can check it out at fortipay.com, and it's just Forta, FortaPay.com. So
yeah, and we'll make sure when I publish this, we'll make sure to put that on the blog so that people can get to you guys.
Sure. Okay. So affiliates, yeah, you kind of stumbled on that one. We have a product we launched earlier this year, in 2015, called Affiliate Dash, and it's a real simple idea. This was its evolution kind of came the similar way. We run some apps that we sell non-Infusionsoft related in our business membership sites. We use affiliates to promote some of those apps, and we wanted to do affiliate marketing, right? Have a place for affiliates to go and get their things. The challenge we ran into is the affiliates that we use aren't familiar with Infusionsoft at all. They've never seen it.
And a lot of people, I mean, unless you're like a ClickBank expert, most people aren't in this space, right?
Yeah, and most of our affiliates, they're not professional affiliates. They happen to be in the customer segment, and they could benefit and send out an email and get some upset, get some sales and earn a small commission. But that's not their main business. But it made sense for them to promote or cross promote, that kind of thing. And so those were our affiliates, and our experience with the Infusionsoft Affiliate Center was just horrible. All we were doing was support calls. And so we would send out links and those kind of things via email, but everybody wanted to know, well, how many commissions, how many people have signed up, and that kind of information, and we were just like, let's go log in here.
We have one client that we basically built an entire affiliate center inside of a Membarium site because they needed it. They
Right.
relied heavily on this, especially during their launches. And some clients needed something very simple, and others wanted, very elaborate varieties of things. So that was important to them.
Yeah, and then the other thing we ran into, and I think it's gotten a little bit, it definitely has gotten better, but there was a period a few years back where the Infusionsoft links, the referral links, were just blacklisted, basically, in any other type of, marketing software. So if someone was using like Constant Contact or Aweber or some of these, and they tried to put their Infusionsoft link in the body of the email to get tracked, it just wouldn't go. It wouldn't go out. It would get blocked, and it made affiliate marketing really hard with Infusionsoft for a while.
Sure.
We still kind of run that risk with the IS Refer that Infusionsoft uses now.
Right.
It's certainly gotten a lot better. But one of the other things that we built with the affiliate portal is to be able to very easily use your own private links, and so you can have your name as a part of that link. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And you have your own little portal, and basically what Affiliate Dash is just a replacement for the Infusionsoft Affiliate Center, and it allows you to private brand it with your logo, your look, your own custom branded tracking links, and it's not rocket science. It's actually a very dead simple experience. It just allows the affiliate to get in, get their link.
Yeah, and how do I log in? So I log into it with the same login that I would use for Infusionsoft?
Log in with the same login. You can actually log in with an email address. You can have links in your emails to your affiliates that automatically log them in, so they don't have to remember another login. Getting access is super simple to the Affiliate Center. Grabbing a link for your affiliates to be able to grab one link or multiple links if you have several products that you're promoting, super simple. And then they can see their, stats, their commissions, their earnings.
And which is important for people.
So pretty simple little product. But if you're doing affiliate marketing, we've done some pretty large campaigns. People that are in this space that are real heavy hitters in the affiliate space use this. The Affiliate Dash is actually an evolution of a product we had years ago that was more kind of a WordPress-based product, but given our support and issues with WordPress, we ended up centralizing, making it a little easier for keeping the site stable and updated, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell.
Very nice. Very nice. I didn't realize it did, and especially that link piece, because I can see putting that to use in a couple of my customer setups.
Yeah. We even have a little link shortener, like a Bitly type thing, if you want to use those kind of links. And it does. The other thing that I guess that it does, I forgot to mention, was social sharing. So if your affiliate logs in, they can click Facebook, post it to Twitter right there immediately.
Oh, without having to do all the copying and pasting and stuff.
Having to go to many spots and
very good.
Do that. Yeah.
Good. Well, Tim, thank you very much. I mean, so I think, the audience is filled with Infusionsoft users and other partners or Infusionsoft consultants of different types. And, I tell you, if I hadn't run into you guys in the lobby of the hotel, I probably wouldn't have even thought to go in and check out your booth, because there's so much going on at these programs. Right. So, my goal with this is how do we get the word out that there are these really good niche products and that I know of. I haven't seen another For2Pay-like or another Referral Dash like piece. So, the more people know about it, I'm sure that's great for you, but it's great for the audience.
Yeah, and that's the key, is just getting out to this community and letting them know. We obviously are in the marketplace, but believe it or not everybody is jumping on the marketplace every day to check out what's new.
Yeah.
So,
hey, let's go to the marketplace and see what I find today. Yeah,
at bringing exposure to these kind of things, for sure. This year, we keep getting asked sometimes, what's new? What's going to be the new thing? And if anybody, one of our products, like I mentioned earlier in the beginning, was we deal with a lot of studios and gyms, and we have an integration that's been growing and growing. We've got a lot of interest this year and done quite a bit, and it's called MindBuddy. It's an integration between a platform called MindBody and Infusionsoft. And I know with Booker, did you see Booker had a big presence at Icon this year?
Yeah, but a lot of yoga studios use MindBody, and I know
exactly. Yoga.
It's not the smoothest integration with anything, frankly.
So that's one that we've kind of nailed and continue to do, and a lot of energy is going into that this year for us. So we're pretty excited.
Is that available already, or is that coming?
There. It is. Yeah. We relaunched that in December, it's definitely there's a couple options out there. There's like the traditional Zapier
Right.
type connections that we'll do, but we go very deep, obviously, into both systems and the capabilities there. And definitely the most powerful thing that's out there in Infusionsoft land for that.
Great.
So
Great. Well, I'll make sure that
that's us.
when we promote this, I'll promote all three of those because again, I know I had a mind-body integration last year that I just kind of said I'm not going there. I mean, it's just outside of my space, but they were Infusionsoft users, and there was really no way to get the two to talk to each other. So, well, very good, Tim. Hey, thank you for breaking out of your busy day. I'm sure you got a lot to do, so thanks for spending time here. We'll make sure we get this out to the audience in the next couple weeks, and thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thanks, George, for your efforts putting this together. It's much appreciated.
Okay, take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.